Hello lovely viewers and welcome to another episode of Sports on your favorite platform, Fawzaan Sports. And in this special edition I'm going to review Chelsea's 3-0 win at the St. James's Park. It's Newcastle 3, Chelsea is Newcastle 0, Chelsea 3. Sorry. Newcastle 0, Chelsea 3. Yeah, I'm going to do the review of the game now. And if it happens to be your first time of joining me on this platform, please do hit the subscribe button. Very important, very important. Touch the notification bell, share the program to as many viewers as possible. Smash the like button if you enjoy my presentation, and then comment to agree or disagree with me in the comment box down below. Yeah, so many issues to talk about. It was a beautiful atmosphere and a beautiful match, but it started on a difficult note for Chelsea. Yeah, it was quite a difficult game for Chelsea, reminiscent of the game between Chelsea, involving Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur, in which the first half was goalless, just as in this one, and it ended 3-0, just equally like this one, which ended 3-0 on the day. And tactical masterclass from Thomas Tuchel ensured that Chelsea ran away with the points there. Chelsea ran away with the points there. Yeah, with respect to a tactical masterclass from Thomas Tuchel there. Yeah, and so that was what happened there. I'm going to go deep into the analysis to tell you the exact some of the details of importance with respect to our analysis here. Hakim Ziyech unfortunately had a goal ruled for offside in the course of the game. That was a classical goal, but marginally offside as a result of the VAR check. You know, this VAR check has chalked so many goals for many teams. Not Chelsea are not the only team there. So many goals have been chalked off. I remember our equalizer against Manchester City, which up till today still pains me that Kai Havertz was marginally offside before assisting Lukaku for the equalizer against Man City at Stamford Bridge, which was chalked off by the referee. Other than Hakim Ziyech disallowed goal, it was an average performance from the Moroccan once again, and quite difficult there for him, because in this Chelsea team you have to make sure you consolidate your time that is given to you. You make good use of it to merit a selection in the next game. So quite worrying there for Hakim Ziyech. Hopefully he may be given some more chances to continue to justify himself. N'Golo Kante just played 45 minutes of the game. Another reason being coming out to the fact that the quest for Chelsea to look for replacement for N'Golo Kante is now in earnest. Should be, because I'm looking at a person like Youri Tielemans of Leicester City to come in, just like when N'Golo Kante comes in from Leicester City. It wouldn't be a bad idea. That idea wouldn't be entirely ruled out by Chelsea, as some corners of the club are discussing the possibility of Youri Tielemans among their respective targets. Declan Rice has always been a Chelsea target, as I know. But the most important and refreshing news for us is that Conor Gallagher at Crystal Palace is a suitable replacement there. But still, we can go to the market and add to the squad, because we need the depth for future competitions, because you know there are so many competitions that Chelsea is involved in. So that's why we have so many players at our disposal there. And currently, with injuries to Lukaku, Timo Werner, Kovacic, yeah, and there are so many. This is the time that we need our depth. The likes of Ross Barkley, Ruben Loftus-Cheek have been put to good use so far by Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, and so that's what we're talking about here with respect to the issues on hand there. Yeah, so a replacement for Kante should be looked at in the long term. The Reece James is blossoming, and no wonder he had the man of the match performance there. Now currently has 4 goals and the top scorer of Chelsea in the English Premier League. Our strength in depth was also highlighted there. As with the lineup was tweaked once again by Thomas Tuchel with respect to what we paraded in the Carabao Cup. There some notable changes there came in. Thiago Silva, Edward Mendy, Antonio Rudiger, they're coming in N'Golo Kante, and then Jorginho. Yeah. I think Chilwell also came in for Alonso, and then Havertz played in the Carabao Cup, and so there was at least about 5 changes there coming in that highlight our strength in depth. And Currently, as you are aware, we got this win minus Lukaku, Timo Werner, Pulisic once again. Pulisic and then no Aspilicueta, no Mason Mount. They just for some other reasons, but I'm not sure they are injured. Aspilicueta recovered from his shoulder injury, and Reece James is in the form of his life and the man of the moment for that matter. And he made sure that the game was cool for Chelsea. Prior to the game, I saw some not good crosses from Reece James, but he had to shut me up by scoring those goals. Other than that, I would have highlighted that. And so good game from Reece James. You know, I like Reece James a lot. Those of you who have been following this program. So let me look at the ratings for the program. Edward Mendy barely had anything to do, so 6/10 there. Silva 7/10, some crucial passes there. Rudiger 6.5/10, Christensen 7/10, quite an important intersections there. And occasionally he had to move in the middle to give some passes to the attackers. Reece James 9, man of the match performance. N'Golo Kante 7, Jorginho 7, Chilwell 7, Hudson-Odoi 7.5. Reece Ziyech 6 and Havertz 8. Havertz, remember, got the penalty for us, and so quite an impressive stats there for Chelsea there. And the possession there for Chelsea is 80%. As you know, those of you who watch the game, Newcastle were firmly stuck at the back of their post. They were playing a kind of 4-5-1 formation, having 9 players in defense always when Chelsea try to go on the attack. And so not surprising at all that in the early stages of the first half, the game was crowdy and much more complicated for Chelsea to have the break code to use the break code to break into the account of Newcastle. And second half, the game was widely open after they conceded the first goal, and quite ironical there. 19 shots on the part of Chelsea, 6 on target there. What is important and refreshing for me is that in recent games for Chelsea, we are improving upon our shot rate. The rate that we shoot is improving. The likes of Ross Barkley and then Ruben Loftus-Cheek coming in, not surprising at all, because they occasionally do try to shoot, and if not, the likes of Jorginho, Kovacic are not that good shooters. Even N'Golo Kante don't normally shoot, and so having Loftus-Cheek and Ruben and then Ross Barkley in midfield as well as our attack, we have Loftus-Cheek and Ross Barkley in midfield and attack respectively is what is proving crucial for Chelsea as the title race unfolds. Then good weekend for Chelsea as Liverpool drew 2-2 with Brighton, and then as the coach said, I will agree with him, and I wouldn't toe the line of the coach as in he doesn't celebrate other people's results. Fine, in league somebody will ought to make mistake for you to strengthen your lead at the top. And Man City, unfortunately, a bad weekend for them. They lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace, and a Chelsea boy Conor Gallagher had to do Chelsea favours once again by scoring an excellent goal, their second goal there for Crystal Palace to have a 2-0 win over Man City. And as Pep Guardiola said, all things went wrong for City over the weekend, and kudos to the boys once again. If it happens to be your first time of doing an engagement with me on this platform, do well to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Smash the like button, touch the notification bell, share the program to as many viewers as possible. Contribute to the program by agreeing or disagreeing with me on the with respect to this analysis in the comment box down below. I don't know if there are any other matters outstanding before I wrap up for today's analysis. And by way of information, the review after the 10 matches of the Premier League will be postponed to after the 11 matches. As you are aware, after the 11th encounter next week, game week 11, there will be international break, and so I will review the Premier League with respect to how the teams have performed so far. Remember, in the beginning of the season, I made a prediction. I'll have to come back to see how the prediction is faring so far. As I remember, I said Chelsea and Man City will battle for the title. Manchester United ahead of Liverpool, but the review is that Liverpool is now ahead of Manchester United. That I think, though it's still too early. I can't really write Manchester United off. Anything can happen. As you know, the weekend they bounce back from their 5-0 thrashing. Anything can happen. I will still have to maintain Manchester as third over Liverpool to see in the subsequent days if after the 20th game week review to see what will happen. Cheers. Thank you for joining me in this special edition. We end by saying we know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe. We know what we are. We know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe. We know what we are. It's a Chelsea team there for you. Cheers. I love you wherever you are. Bye-bye.